Beautiful people, hello, and welcome to another live stream. We are here tonight to talk about the accepting inner voice, right? Sometimes we call that non-engagement responses. Whatever you want to call it, we are here to talk about it tonight. There's a lot to talk about. This is a topic that is very important, very crucial to your recovery. So we're going to go over some things tonight. Let me turn this music down just a little bit. We got Gamer in the chat, we got Sky in the chat, we got Elliot, we got Tony. What's up, guys? What is up, guys? Welcome. How are you guys doing tonight? We got Kay. I think I already said Jennifer, but just in case I didn't, what's up, Jennifer? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thirdish. You got thirdish. I think you got second, Sky. Second in chat today. So let's see here. We're going to have a good one tonight, guys. We're going to have a good one tonight. I came prepared. I have a notepad with a couple points that I want to go over, right? A couple points that I want to go over and talk about tonight. So if you're struggling, man, if you're struggling on your journey, on your recovery journey, on your healing journey, this is definitely the stream that you want to catch. Good to catch you live from Ireland. What's up, John? Where's Kate? I don't know. Maybe she'll pop in at some point. Off and on, yes. All right, guys. Let's see. I don't even listen to music anymore and barely play video games anymore like I used to. It's confusing. Hey, you should be doing those things, right? You should be doing those things, man. Don't let anxiety stop you from doing those things. That's a big part of your journey, man, right? It's one of the two main keys. Live life. You should be doing those things, even if anxiety tells you not to. So anyway, let's go ahead, get our comments pulled up on a second screen here. We've already got quite a few people in the chat tonight, guys. Like the stream, man. Throw those likes my way. I'd really appreciate it. Hello, Wonder Bro and family. What's up, Rich? It's giving me pain, but I am accepting. What are you singing in the chat, Sky? You singing a little bit? I like Jennifer's comment. Jennifer says, you know what, I have those problems too, but I'm making myself live. I'm making myself do the things that I would normally do if I weren't so anxious. I like Jennifer's comment. You guys should read Jennifer's comment. You should follow her lead. All right, guys, let's get into this. Let's get into tonight's topic. We're going to be talking about how to correctly use the accepting inner voice. Now, this is a topic, man. This is a topic we have been over. Man, how many times have we been over this topic? Right? Hey, thank you so much for the $3 tip. Before we've even began, man, coming in with a $3 tip. Fully, thank you so much, Fully, for the $3 tip that takes us to 300 tip goal. We're not even 5 minutes into this thing, and you're already making it rain. Dude, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Show some love in the chat. Thank you for the $3 tip. So this is... Man, this is a topic, and I would love your full attention. I would love for you guys to sit back, whether you're listening to this on your headphones or on your computer, whatever. I'd love for you to sit back with me for a second and give me your full attention, because this is one of those topics that if there's any confusion on this topic, you're going to struggle, right? I don't want there to be any confusion. So tonight we're going to lay it out all on the line here, and we're going to make it as simple as possible, because this is just one of those topics that you need to fully understand. And I know you guys are tempted to ask your questions. I will get to those as soon as we're done. I know you're tempted to chat amongst yourself about your symptoms, right? Let's take a break from chatting about your symptoms for a second. I need your full attention. This topic is it. This is everything, right? So with that disclaimer out of the way, how to correctly use the accepting inner voice. Now, here recently, just for the sake of simplicity, recently we have been referring to the accepting inner voice as non-engagement responses. This is the same thing. So first and foremost, I want you guys to understand I'm not giving you any sort of new advice tonight. When I say the accepting inner voice, it is the same thing as non-engagement responses. You know, we talk about it all the time. So the two keys, right? The two keys here on the channel number one is to continue to live your life as if you're already healed, right? You don't want to do anything. You don't want to be using coping methods and compulsions and sitting in a corner all day, because that's not going to show your brain that the danger doesn't exist. So number one on our two main keys here on the channel is to live your life as if you're already healed. That doesn't mean you have to tackle the world. You can go at your own pace, but you should be living your life to the best of your ability, right? Secondly, the second main key to healing here on the channel is to stop fighting with your thoughts and feelings. So you have intrusive thoughts and you don't argue with them. You don't get into a debate with them. Same thing with your feelings. I have said many times here on the channel, you know, some people struggle with living your life. Some people struggle with not fighting with their thoughts and feelings. Some people struggle with both. I have said many times here on the channel that I feel like most people struggle with living their life. And then at the same time, I've said I feel like most people struggle with not mentally fighting with their thoughts and feelings. But if I had to choose, right, no matter what I've said in the past, if I had to choose, what is the number one thing I think people struggle with? You know, I've been doing this for years, and I've been watching the comments. I've been reading the comments. If I had to choose, what is the number one thing I feel like most people struggle with here on the channel? I feel like a lot of people are still obsessed. I feel like a lot of people are still fighting with their thoughts and trying to figure out their thoughts and fighting, you know, this negative mental habit. After all the years I've been doing this, regardless of what I may have said in the past, where I sit now currently to this day, I feel like most of you still struggle with not fighting mentally with your thoughts. So I'm going to make this as crystal clear tonight as I can possibly make it. And that's why when I first started the stream, I said I want your full attention, right? So let's pull up my notepad here. We just went over what the two main keys are. Live your life as if you're already healed. Stop fighting with your thoughts and feelings. Now let's talk about it. How do you do that, Wonder Bro? How do you stop fighting mentally with your thoughts and feelings? So I've got three pointers that I've got written down here. And if you're able to digest these, if you are able to understand these, and you're able to use them, right, and start to practice them, you don't have to be perfect, but at least start to practice them, right, you will get where you want to be. So go ahead and clear a throat here. Let's get prepared. Someone tell Sky in the chat just to refresh the page. If anybody has any stream issues, just refresh the page. So number one, how to use the accepting inner voice correctly. The first thing that I've got written down here is it's not to be used to make the thought go away. Oh boy, let's set up for this one. It's not to be used to make the thought go away. Now, when I give someone an example of the accepting inner voice and I tell someone, hey, when you get an intrusive thought, just agree with it, right? That's an example. Use a non-engagement response, which is something like, hey, it is what it is. If that happens, it happens. Or, you know, some people just go straight to the punch and they say, screw it, right? When I tell people examples of the accepting inner voice, or what we've been calling non-engagement responses, the number one mistake that I see people make is they use it to try to make the thought go away. That is not what you're trying to do when you deploy a non-engagement response. So let me give you an example. Keep in mind, these are just examples. This applies to any thought that you personally could be having. Let's say you have a very sticky, intrusive thought that says, oh, you're going to go crazy from this anxiety, right? And let's say you say to that thought, you're like, okay, I'm going to use my non-engagement response. So I'm going to say, you know what? If I go crazy, I go crazy. If you do that with the belief that that's going to make the thought go away, you're in for a rough time. Using a non-engagement response is not to try to make anything go away instantly. It is to keep you out of a fight. As long as your non-engagement response has kept you out of a fight, then is mission accomplished, right? But if you're looking for it to make that thought just instantly disappear and never come back again, you're going to be very, very disappointed, right? So the second thing I've got written down here, it doesn't make you feel better instantly, right? So another huge mistake that I see people making, Wonder Bro, I've had that thought all day long. You know, I'm worried. I had this thought about, you know, someone in the chat, I thought about their niece. I had this thought about my niece, and I used my non-engagement response. I'm just using this example, right? I use this non-engagement response, but I don't feel better, man. It's still, I've still got so much anxiety. Well, you're not supposed to feel instantly better with a non-engagement response. And if that is your objective, you are self-sabotaging, right? So it's not supposed to make the thought go away instantly and never come back. It's not supposed to do that. It's also not supposed to make you feel instantly better. A non-engagement response is anything that you tell yourself, the accepting inner voice, same thing, right? Is anything that you tell yourself in the heat of the moment when you are dealing with high anxiety symptoms in your body and intrusive thoughts, it is anything that you tell yourself in the moment to keep you out of a fight. Whether it's sarcasm, whether it's humor. Oh, if that happens, it happens. I don't care. The aggressive approach, whether it's, like I said, humor. Oh, I'm afraid I'm going to go crazy. Well, I hope they have a nice straitjacket waiting for me, right, at the ward. Whatever you use, whatever sort of mentality or, attitude that you want to use is fine. But you must understand that it's not there to make the thought go away instantly, and it's also not there to make you feel better instantly. It's still going to burn. Right? It's still going to burn. We say that all the time. Let it burn. Let it burn. So if I've got somebody out there who is dedicated to my two main keys and they're living their life to the best of their ability, right? They're making themselves do things and just, get up and live their life, clean the house, whatever it is. But the whole time they're using their non-engagement responses, they think that's supposed to make them feel instantly better. Well, they're self-sabotaging. Or if the whole time they're using their non-engagement responses, they think that's supposed to make the thought go away, well, they're self-sabotaging, right? And the third thing I've got written down here, it needs to have a period on it. It needs to have a period on it. This one right here, so many people miss the mark. So many people miss the mark. And if you don't think this is you, maybe ask yourself, how far have I gotten in my journey? Maybe this is me he's talking about. Well, you got to be honest with yourself, right? You won't get anywhere if you're not honest with yourself. Maybe this is me he's talking about. There needs to be a period on your non-engagement responses. If you have a thought, or if you're using a non-engagement response over a feeling, you have high anxiety and you're tempted to worry about it, but you just use a non-engagement response, whatever, applies to your thoughts and feelings. If you use a non-engagement response and you don't put a period on it, and I'm going to explain what I mean here in just a second. If you don't put a period on it, then you're wasting your time. You are absolutely wasting your time. So the whole thing about non-engagement responses, or the accepting inner voice, is that it's something you tell yourself to not fight with thoughts and feelings and mentally add a bunch of second fear, which is negativity, worry, so forth and so on. But if you're not putting a period on the end of your non-engagement response or your accepting inner voice, you're just going to go through all the doors. And you're going to go in this big circle, and you're just going to be obsessing the entire time. It started with a non-engagement response, so you had the right idea. But because you didn't leave it there, you just went right back to your habit of obsession. Right? So let's give an example. Let's say I've got somebody in the chat who's dealing with high levels of panic, and they've decided that they're going to live their life, the two keys, they're going to live their life, and they're going to start using the accepting inner voice. Let's say when those high feelings of panic come on, they tell themselves, okay, well, my accepting inner voice is going to be, hey, it is what it is, let it burn. Okay, that's great. That's a great accepting non-engagement inner voice. Let's say they use that in the moment. So they're feeling high levels of panic and anxiety, and they say to themselves, you know what? It is what it is. Let it burn. But then 2 seconds later, they start to add all this other extra dialogue that sounds like, oh, God, but is there an exit near if I need one? Or, oh, God, what if this gets a little bit too intense? Or is there somebody I can call if this gets a little bit out of hand? Or if they start to add all that extra dialogue onto their non-engagement response, then they would have just been better off not even using the non-engagement response to begin with. And that's where I see a lot of people go wrong. So let's use that as an example towards an intrusive thought. Let's say somebody has an intrusive thought that says, what's a good example? Oh, your heart's going to explode, right? And they use a non-engagement response. They say to themselves, let's say they use the aggressive non-engagement response. They say, well, if it explodes, it explodes. If there's no period on that, and they just go straight to, but I really don't want it to explode, or what if I'm lying to myself, or what if it really actually does explode, or then they would have been better off just not using the accepting inner voice to begin with. It was a waste of time. It was an absolute waste of time, right? So you got to understand, there has to be a period on the end of your non-engagement response. Now, keep in mind, you might have to rinse and repeat. We say this all the time. You might have to rinse and repeat that response quite a bit, right? Quite a bit. So I'm not saying that you can't use the accepting inner voice and then have to turn around and use it again 10 seconds later. You might have to do that. You might have to do that. And that part is okay. That part is okay. That is a part of the practice. To have to use it a lot, especially at first, is just a part of the practice, right? We can't blame you there. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, you should be doing that. So that part is okay. But when you use the accepting inner voice, non-engagement response, and you use it once, and you don't put a period on it, you just go right back into the obsession as you follow if you follow your non-engagement response with obsession, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. If you're going to follow your non-engagement response with anything, then you just need to follow with another non-engagement response. Does that make sense, everybody in the chat? Does that make sense what I'm saying here? If you're going to follow up your non-engagement response with something, you need to just follow it up with action, aka living life, and maybe have to use another non-engagement response 5 seconds later if you feel like fighting again. That's the only thing you should be following the non-engagement responses up with. You shouldn't be following them up with more obsession. So here's something I hear all the time, right? And it cracks me up a little bit because I understand where people are coming from, but it does crack me up a little bit. People will say, well, man, I feel like if I have to use my accepting inner voice too often, then I'm fighting. And I say, what's your other option, man? You know, what's your other option? People will say, I don't want to use my accepting inner voice that much because it feels like a fight. And I say, your only other option is to actually get into a fight. I would rather you walk around using your accepting inner voice and non-engaging responses as often as you need to before I would rather you go down the rabbit hole and get into a big obsessive fight with the content of the thoughts. It don't make no sense when people say that. I understand where they're coming from. Don't get me wrong, I get it. I understand where they're coming from. They just want to make sure they're using the advice correctly. They want to make sure, we always say don't get into a fight. So when they're having to use their accepting inner voice a lot, it feels like a little bit of a fight, they get a little bit worried, right? So I get it. I understand the intention is pure. I understand that. But it is a little bit, there's some humor there. It's a little bit funny because it's like, what other options do you have? If you're not going to dedicate to using your non-engagement responses, your only other option is to just fully engage and fight with these thoughts. And do you think that's going to work? Of course not, or you wouldn't be here on my channel. If that worked, it would have worked a long time ago before you met me here on my channel, right? So, dude, I hear that all the time, and I just want to get rid of that tonight. Tonight, I officially want to just bury that one. People saying, look, I can't use the accepting inner voice. I can't use my non-engagement responses because I feel like I have to do it too often, and I feel like I'm fighting. Your only other choice is to get into a fight. Your only other choice is a real fight, right? So use those non-engagement responses and use them as often as you need to, but make sure that you're following these 3 big tips, and I'm going to go all over them again from the top. It's not to be used to make the thought go away. So as you're using non-engagement responses, understand that the thought will probably still be there. It'll pester you for a while. It's not going to give up easy, and that's okay. Number 2, it doesn't make you feel instantly better. As you're using non-engagement responses, that fire is probably still going to be burning pretty hot. You're going to feel pretty anxious, and that's okay. Number 3, it needs to have a period on it. If you're going to use non-engagement responses, the accepting inner voice, period. You use them with a period. So you deploy the non-engagement response, and that's a period. And then you deploy it again, maybe in 5 minutes, maybe in 10 minutes, maybe in 15 minutes, right? And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay if you have to do that, right? It's okay if you have to do that, but it needs to have a period on it. It needs to have a period on it. There's no sense in using a non-engagement response if you just turn around and go right back to the obsession. This is where we get into talk about consistency. You must be consistent. You must be consistent. And this is also where we get into talk about how people don't want to use the non-engagement responses, aka the accepting inner voice, because they think they have to do it too often and it feels like too much of a fight. Well, it's going to feel like a little bit of a fight because you're practicing something new. But don't mistake that for a fight. That's not a fight. That's just you practicing a new habit. You must practice your accepting inner voice, your non-engagement responses, right? Because your only other option is to get into a fight with the content of the thoughts, and that's not a good option. Look at where it got you. So is everybody following me here? Can we see a big show of hands in chat? Who's following me here? Also, before we continue, we got a $20 tip from Gustavo that says beer money. Gustavo, bro, I've missed you, dude. This man has been a supporter of me since like day one. Thank you so much, Gustavo, for the $20 tip. Let's go ahead and add that to the tip goal before we continue with a few more points that I want to make here tonight, and then we'll wrap it up. That takes us to 23 on the tip goal, guys. If you would like to support the stream and get us to a 3-day streak, link is in the description. Thank you so much, fully Layden, I want to say, for the $3 tip, and thank you, Gustavo, for the $20 PayPal. Appreciate you guys. So, everybody sees where we're at right now. Everybody hear me loud and clear. Elliot says, I hear you loud and clear. It might seem like I'm pressing this subject a little bit tonight, and I really am. That's because I really, really am. I am pressing this topic very, very strongly tonight. Very, very strongly tonight, because it's one that needs to be heard, right? It's one that needs to be heard. This is very, very crucial. I feel like a lot of people out there could be further along in their journey than what they currently are, right? Than what they currently are, if they would listen to these 3 big tips, right? If they would listen to these 3 big tips. And I'm going to go, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to go over them again because it's just so important and just so crucial. The accepting inner voice is not to be used to make the thought go away. It'll probably still be there, and that doesn't mean you're failing. That's okay. As long as you're not engaging and you're just using your accepting inner voice, you're doing it right. Number 2, it doesn't make you feel better instantly. It's going to burn. It's going to come with high anxiety, and that's fine. Number 3, it needs to have a period on it. If you're going to use your accepting inner voice and non-engagement responses, you cannot, excuse me, I choked on my own spit. You cannot loop back around and just get right back into the obsession. Your non-engagement responses need to come firm, and they need to come with, hey, it is what it is. If that bad thing happens, so be it. And that's just like the more aggressive approach, or maybe it's, hey, I can handle this, whatever. Donkey! Hey, round it up a little, he says. Donkey, thank you so much for the $2 tip, bro. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Show them some love in the chat. So yeah, guys, I understand that using non-engagement responses don't make you feel instantly better, and I understand that they don't make the thought go away instantly. Those things are to be expected. That's okay. As long as you're not engaging in a fight, you're doing it right. Can everybody in the chat say that with me? As long as you're not engaging in a fight, right here, mentally, you're doing it right. As long as you're not engaging in a fight, you're doing it right. Don't worry about things about how it's making you feel. Don't worry about things about, the thought's not going away yet. As long as you are not engaging in a mental fight, you are doing it right. There's too much confusion on, it's not making me feel better. The thought's not going away instantly. And that just puts you right back into obsession. It causes you to not be consistent. And when you are not consistent because of all these false beliefs, you will always fall short. Oof, quote me on that. Somebody quote me on that. All these false beliefs are causing you to not be consistent with your non-engagement. And because you are not consistent with your non-engagement, you are in a loop. You are in a cycle. How many times have you come to a stream and got really motivated, right? I'm going to ask you this. This may not apply to everybody, but I want to make an example here. How many times have you come to one of my streams or watched one of my videos and got super motivated? I said something that just really sparked something in you, or I said something that made sense to you, or I said something that really just got you gassed up. And you said, you know what, yeah, I can do this. And then you got consistent because you were feeling motivated, right? You were feeling motivated and you got consistent. So when those thoughts and feelings were there, you just had non-engagement responses and you were living your life. And every time you were tempted to fight with them mentally, you just used the accepting inner voice. How many times have you done that and got motivated and felt better, even if only a little bit? You felt a little bit better as time went on. But here's what happened. You lost your consistency. So after a couple days went by or a couple weeks went by, I don't know, a thought came in, something came in, a feeling came in, something came in that made you lose your consistency, and you quit your non-engagement responses and you started engaging all over again. A lot of you are in that cycle. A lot of you are in that hamster wheel and you're not giving it enough time with consistency to see concrete results. It's excellent that you have started. Don't get me wrong. I'm so proud of you. It's excellent that you have started. It's excellent that you are learning these skills. You should be proud of yourself, right? But my point is, some days you're here on the hamster wheel. You're on this side. You're on this side. You're consistent, right? You're consistent. You watched a video. You felt motivated. You're using your non-engagement responses. You're living your life. You don't feel perfect, right? In fact, it still sucks. It still sucks. And that's okay, but you're doing it, and you're doing it, and you know you're doing it. You feel good about it. You don't feel good maybe in your body, but you feel good about it. And then sometimes something comes along, and we lose consistency, right? At some point, something comes along, whether it's a strong feeling, whether it's a really sticky thought that catches you off guard, or maybe even an old thought, whatever. Something at some point comes along, and you lose consistency. You lose consistency. You go back into engaging. Something suckers you back into getting up here and fighting with your thoughts and feelings all over again. And then what happens is we see people come and go, come and go, come and go. One day they're here, one day they're not. One day they're here, one day they're not. It's because we have a consistency issue. We have a consistency issue. And that's why I wanted to make this stream tonight, going over the 3 points that are so important that's going to help you be consistent. Those 3 points again, I know I sound like a broken record, but it's so important. Those 3 points again, you're not using the accepting inner voice, aka non-engagement responses, to make the thought go away. It's okay if it lingers. Just don't engage with it. Just keep using your non-engagement responses. Number 2, it doesn't make you feel better instantly. In fact, most of the time it sucks. That's okay. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you from being consistent. Number 3, needs to have a period on it. You're using your non-engagement responses, but you're not following that with obsession. You're not following that with obsession. You just need to come back to your non-engagement responses and put a period on each one of them that you deliver, right? So those were the 3 number 1 things that's going to help you stay consistent. Now, this was a crucial stream. I'm going to end it like this. This was a very crucial stream. And I highly recommend that you take everything that you have learned tonight in the stream and you apply it to your journey. Because what I'm seeing, I love you guys to death and I want to help you get there. So I'm going to be honest with you, right? What I'm seeing from a lot of people is a lack of consistency. Okay? So maybe those 3 things will help you build that consistency. And I'm not saying you guys have to be perfect. I understand that this takes time. This takes practice. I was definitely not perfect. I was far from perfect. Let me tell you. Right? Let me tell you. So I was far from perfect. But I do see a lack of consistency. I see people coming and going. One week they've got the consistency. They're using their non-engagement responses. They're nailing it. Next week, something suckers them back into engaging all over again. And that doesn't mean you're not making progress. You're making progress. Don't get me wrong. You're scoring points and you're making progress. But we could be making more progress if we can step up the consistency. Deep breath, because that was a long rant, man. That was like half an hour. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. The next stream that we do will probably be on the topic of consistency, but as long as you follow what you've heard tonight, right, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. If you keep practicing those non-engagement responses and staying out of the fight, no matter what, right, you're gonna be okay. This stuff doesn't give up easy. Anxiety doesn't give up easy. OCD, whatever you want to call it, obsessive compulsive, it doesn't give up easy. It does not give up easy. That's why we got to step your consistency up. Your consistency has to go up because this shit's not going to give up easy. So you can't be giving up easy either. You can't be up there, I'm using non-engagement responses for 2 hours, but then I give up, right? This shit's not going to give up easy. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to be honest with you. It is not going to give up easy. It is going to fight you tooth and fucking nail, right? But you got to stand your ground, and you got to say, I'm using my non-engagement responses no matter what, right? And you got to build your consistency. You got to stay consistent. It's going to throw crazy feelings at you of anxiety. You all have already felt that. It's going to throw all sorts of different topics your way mentally. You guys have already felt that. But at some point, the consistency must go up, right? And again, I'm not saying you haven't made progress. You guys have made a ton of progress. But we could make more progress if we step the consistency up. All right, you guys. So if you did enjoy tonight's stream, I'm very happy with that one. That was a crucial stream. Like I said, I know I keep saying that, but it's just so important. If you were happy with that stream, please throw a quick thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I love you. I love you. We are officially at that point in the stream where if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask them. We're going to get our music just going right back again. There it is. But yes, thank you guys. Huge shout out to Fully, huge shout out to Gustavo, and huge shout out to Donkey for your tips, guys. We are at 25 on our tip goal. If you'd like to help us hit tip goal, link is in the description. We're on 2-day streak. Dude, that was so on point. Top 3 of all Wonder Bro time. Thank you so much, Elliot. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Jennifer, I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. L, what's up, L? JR, welcome. The weird thinking and thoughts we get when sensitizing is insane. It feels a bit insane, right? You're not going insane, but it feels a bit insane. Questioning existence, yeah. I mean, you can go pretty deep down those rabbit holes, but you can always come back out, right? And it's going to start with the non-engagement responses. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the stream, man. I really do appreciate it. We're going to hang out for a bit. We're going to read your comments. We're going to read chat. What's up, Johnny? Welcome to the stream, dude. Hope you're doing fantastic. Wonder Bro rant is on point. I'm very happy with this stream, Donkey. I feel like those were, I don't feel like it. I know those were very important topics. So, you are on the money. Thank you so much, Sky. I really appreciate it. I'm in the cycle. Yeah, that's where a lot of people find themselves, right? You're not alone. A lot of people find themselves in the cycle, and that's exactly why I wanted to have this stream tonight on this subject, on this topic. Laura, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing fantastic. All right, let's see what else we got here. Gotta let it burn and just allow it all to be left unanswered and keep moving. I love it, gamer. I love it. That's the attitude, man. That's the attitude. That is the attitude. How you doing tonight, Rich? How you doing? Will you be growing a Wonder Bro garden this year? Dude, I'm looking forward to it. I'm already looking forward to it. So hopefully, yes, that is the plan. That is the plan. Eric! I always point. Everything's mirrored, reversed. I always point at the wrong part of the screen. Eric, thank you so much for the $2 tip, buddy. I appreciate you. Thank you. That takes us to 27. That takes us to 27 on the tip goal. It's funny because anytime someone tips an odd number, an uneven number like that, it takes us to an uneven number on the tip goal. It bothers everyone's OCD. But thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate you, dude. We're at 27 on the tip goal. Thank you, man. Thank you. Show some love in the chat. Yeah, so Wonder Bro, I've been doing a lot better with the stuff revolving around my niece. It's almost completely out of gas at this point. I can say I'm not obsessed anymore. Dude, that is awesome. That is amazing. Now, here's the kicker, right? Here's the kicker. You need to apply what you did with the whole niece thing to everything that comes through the door as far as your panic and anxiety and intrusive thoughts or whatever. As far as all that good stuff is concerned, you need to apply the same thing that you apply to the whole the thought theme about your niche. You need to apply that to all of the above, right? Because the theme is not important. The theme is not important. The content will never be relevant. The content will never be important. So you just need to apply what you apply to the whole niece content theme thing. You need to apply that to everything that comes through the door. And if you're willing to do that, and if you do that, you will be well on your way, right? You will be well on your way. So that is the objective, gamer. That is the objective. I think the whole niece thing that you got stuck on for a bit was your opportunity to learn about true acceptance, and you've finally done that. And now if you apply that to everything that comes through the door, if you apply the same approach, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. We're not going to change our practice here. It's all the same practice no matter what the theme is, no matter what the content is. Donkey! Hey, I told you, Eric. Donkey says, I can't handle the odd number. I knew it was going to happen. Donkey, thank you so much, dude, for the $3 tip. That takes us to 30. We're over halfway to our tip goal. Thank you so much, guys. We are on a 2-day streak. Link is in the description. Thank you. Show some love in the chat, man. I really appreciate it. I told you that would happen. People can't stand the odd numbers, man. They can't stand the odd numbers. Hey, seriously, though, thank you guys so much for just about taking us to our tip goal today. I really appreciate it. I lost 3 people in 6 months. It's increased my fear and given me phobias. I don't think I've seen your name here before. I believe you're new to the channel. Welcome to the channel. First and foremost, welcome to the channel. Sub up. We try to go live every single day, Monday through Friday. So yeah. Thank you for joining. Secondly, I hate to hear about your losses, but we're gonna help you through it, right? We're gonna help you through it. You've now got a community here that's got your back, right? A community that's got your back. We're like family around here. So, welcome to the channel, and I hope you enjoy it. That's exactly what I'm doing, Wonder Bro. Something tries to stick every day, but I just let it burn itself out. I love it, dude. You are right on track. Listen, gamer. Listen to me for a second. You are right on track. And if you just keep going and stay consistent, that word, that big C word there is so important to you right now. It's important to everybody. If you just stay consistent, I didn't say perfect, I said consistent. There's a difference. You're allowed to fuck up. But if you just stay consistent, you're going to get there. You're going to get there, all right? And I'm telling you that. This is, man, look me in the eye. You will get there if you stay consistent. Let's see. So proud of you. Yes, we are all so proud of you. Kate is proud of you. I'm proud of you. We're also proud of you, gamer. I'm proud of each and every one of you, man. No matter where you are on your journey, if you're willing to listen, if you're willing to learn and stay dedicated to this non-engagement, this acceptance, living your life, right? That is the 2 main keys right there. Non-engagement, live your life. If you're willing to dedicate to that, you will get there. We've had so much success here on the channel, it's absolutely ridiculous. Not to toot my own horn, but we've had a lot of success here on the channel, and you can be one of them. You can, any single one of you can be one of the people that come in here during the streams and say, hey, thank you for all that you do. I'm feeling so much better. Life is so good now. You can be that person, and you're going to be that person. Just stay consistent. Just please stay consistent. Thank you. I'm new and I will be back. Hey, we'd love to have you. JR, we'd love to have you. Burn, baby, burn. That's what I'm saying. Elliot. Hey. Elliot. There it is, guys. You know what that means. There it is. That is officially our tip goal. We're moving on to a 3-day streak. Please show my boy some good vibes in the chat. We're moving on to that 3-day streak. Thank you so much for the 3-day streak. I appreciate you guys. That is fucking awesome. Words can't explain the help you give us and hope it fuels, brother. Thank you so much for real. Elliot, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $20 tip. I'm going to go over those names one more time. Elliot, Donkey, Eric, Donkey twice, actually. And fully laden. And let's see, who else was it? Gustavo, thank you guys so much for helping us hit our 3-day streak on the tip goal. I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you. You guys are fucking awesome. Amazing stream tonight, guys. Yes, Wonder Bro, you will get there. I'm getting better thanks to you and this channel. I appreciate you, Rich. Thank you, dude. Hey, Wonder Bro, how are things? Hope all is well with everyone. Chat, what's up, Raymond? It's been a while since I've seen you, dude. I hope you're doing fantastic. Wonder Bro has experienced multiple losses in a short time, too. Yeah, I have. It's not been easy, so I completely understand where, people like JR are coming from, for example. So I get it. I completely understand it. It's not easy to experience a big loss in your life, a family, especially when it happens so rapidly with multiple people. I get it. My heart goes out to you, and this is the perfect place for you to be because I can relate 110%. Nothing but love for this community, man. It's the least I could do, brother. Thanks for always being there for me, dude. Hey, I appreciate you, Elliot. Once more, I appreciate you. Everybody who helped us hit the tip goal, thank you so much. Everybody who just watched, anybody who liked, commented, every little thing that you guys do here on the channel, just know that I am so appreciative of and I'm so grateful for. Thank you. Sky says, hope you all have a great day. Thank you, Sky. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great day too, man. Nothing but positivity and love in the chat tonight. I'm feeling it. Can you guys feel that good energy? I can feel that good energy tonight. It's awesome, dude. I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. I'm new to YouTube. How do I get to reach out to you? So I don't think YouTube has any sort of private messaging system. Like I don't think you can actually private message another user from the stream. Your best bet's probably going to be the Discord. There's a lot of people over on the Discord. You can private message over there. I will drop the link to the Discord right now. Hopefully it works. A lot of people have been saying my link's not working. I don't know why. I don't know why. If somebody wants to drop, like a mod or something wants to drop a link to the Discord for me. But yeah, let's send that out. So if you want to join us on the Discord, JR, it's completely free to do so. It doesn't cost you a dime. You can chat with other community members over there. But I don't think you can actually do that on YouTube. So I wish you could. That would be cool. But I don't think that's an option. I don't think that's an option. But there's the Discord link, assuming it works. If we've got any mods in the chat, can you guys go grab a Discord link and post it for me? Because people have been saying my link's not working when I do it. I don't know why. I don't know why that's happening. All right, guys, I will be right back, and then we're going to finish like the last 15 minutes or so of this stream. But just give me a second. Give me a second, and I will return. Hello, hello. Maddie. We got Maddie in the chat roasting me for going on BRB. Okay, now I know. The jig is up. The jig is up, Maddie. There is no way. There is no possible way you are joining the streams every time I go on BRB. You're just waiting. You're here from the beginning, but you're just waiting to make the comment. That's what it is. That's got to be what it is. There's no way. There's no way the timing is that great. The jig is up. Hope everyone's well. What's up, Kesh? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing fantastic. It's been a minute since I've been in a live. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. How's everyone doing, man? How's everyone doing? We're going to be winding this one down in a bit. Guys, we did get a $10 tip come in while I was away from Prince that said this was a good stream. Thank you for all you do. Prince, thank you so much for the $10 tip, dude. Not only did we hit tip goal today, guys, but we broke tip goal today. Thank you so much, man. Show some love. Show some love. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Thank you for all the advice and support. Hey, it's a great chat, man. It's a great community. Everybody here looks out for everybody. Everybody's got everybody's back, right? So I'm glad you found the channel. I'm glad you found the channel. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're partaking in the live streams. We're always happy to see new faces here. We're trying to grow every single day, right? That's what it's all about. So thank you so much. Look at these big ass bushy eyebrows, man. I could use a, you know, like some eyebrow work here, some tweezers or something. Let's get a 200-day streak going, fam. We can do it. I mean, I don't know, man. That's a pretty big. I wish. What was the exact number again, chat? It was like 240 something, maybe even 260 something. I don't really know, but it was huge. Either way, we have hit tip goal today. We're moving on to a 3-day streak. We broke tip goal today. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. What we got here? I like fishing more than fishing games, Elliot, but I get pretty desperate in the winter. I've played a few fishing games in my time, and I'll be honest, I really don't have the patience for them. But they're fun. They're fun. I think 264. Okay, 264. Yeah, that's huge. Huge. Huge, man. Huge. I had to take my glasses off and rub my face a little bit. What are you up to tonight, Maddie? Are you at work? Are you working right now? Are you working right now? Can studying a lot cause sensitization? What's the difference between stress and sensitization? So sensitization is tired nerves. Right, so it's not really that stress and sensitization necessarily go hand in hand. It's added stress that's going to sensitize the nervous system more than anything. So you can live a stressful life and be okay, but if you're mentally engaging in a bunch of second fear, what we call worry and obsession, that's what's going to tip tip everything over. Does that make sense? So you can live a pretty stressful life. A lot of people live pretty stressful lives, and they're okay. It's when you have shitty mental habits of engaging and worrying and obsessing to a degree that just breaks your nervous system down. Your body can put up with a lot of stress. Take a look around, guys. There's a lot of people that live stressful lives, right? So I don't want you to think that you have to live a stress-free life in order to feel better. I want you to understand a lot of people live stressful lives, but the difference is they don't have shitty mental habits of total 24/7 engagement and obsession to the degree that it breaks your nerves down. Your body can put up with a lot of stress. Your body is very strong. It's very capable. Your nervous system is very strong, right? But it's when you have really shitty mental habits that push it over the edge that somebody ends up in a sensitized state. And that's what we're working on here on the channel, your mental habits. So it's not about having a perfect stress-free life. It's about working on your habits that are putting too much on your nervous system. Does that make sense? Your nervous system can handle quite a bit. But when you got all these really just awful, terrible mental habits that we're trying to work on here, that's when you get pushed over the edge, so to speak, or your nervous system rather gets pushed over the edge. Junior, oh, those are tough. Something I realized that something I realized was that even before I became severely sensitized, I was always obsessing over shit that was going wrong in life. Glad I get to change that now. Dude, like I said, you know, I say it all the time. This is good life advice, not just good anxiety advice. And that's the reason I say that. That is the reason I say that right there. I wouldn't say avoid worrying at all costs, because that puts a lot of pressure on yourself, right, Kay? I would say work on, with consistency, work on your bad mental habits of engaging and fighting and obsessing and worrying over every thought and feeling. That's what I would say. I wouldn't word it like, okay, avoid worrying at all costs. It sounds like way too much pressure. I would say just consistently work on your bad habits. Consistently work on your bad habits is the way that I would word that before I would say, yeah, avoid worrying at all costs. Because some people do worry, right? And they're not sensitized. It's just you have a really bad habit of it. You have a really bad habit of it. That's the difference. That is the difference. Oh, let's get in a big stretch. Get in a big stretch. It's all that mental engagement that we're trying to get you out of, because that's what's keeping those nerves tired, right? And living your life. You know, we got 2 keys. Face your anxiety through your physical behavior. Show your brain there's no real tiger by living your life as if you were already healed, right? But, you know, go at your own pace. And let's work on the mental habits too. You put these 2 things together and you've got a recipe for success, right? You got a recipe for success. Doing my best, though. That's all you can do, man. That's all you can do. Worry was my way of trying to control my anxiety, give up control, and the worry settled down. Right, worry was your way of trying to control your anxiety, but it was causing your anxiety. That's the irony here. All right, beautiful people. I think we're approaching the end of this one, man. It has been a good stream. It's been an excellent stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is one of those streams that I'm going to recommend that everybody watch back in its entirety. You know, you already know the advice, but I feel like this was a really good stream that made it as clear as we can possibly make it, right? That's always been our objective around here, to make things as clear as possible. So, Rick, thank you so much for the $10 tip. Right at the end, man. Right at the end. Coming in right at the end. Thank you so much, Rick, for the $10 tip. That takes us to 70, man. We have destroyed the tip goal tonight. Thank you, Rich. Great stream tonight. Thank you, guys. You guys have been awesome, man. You guys have been excellent. You're always awesome. You're always excellent. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the great questions. It's been a good one, man. This is one for the books. But with that being said, check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Vacate Fear. If you haven't liked the stream yet, toss me a quick like. And with all that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you for being you, right? Thank you for being you, and I will see you soon, okay? I will see you soon, all right? 30-minute break. 30 seconds, Maddie. 30 seconds, Maddie, all right? Na-na-na-na-boo-boo. 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 What's Kate referring to? What is Kate talking about? What song? I just seen that comment. What song? What song is Kate wanting to play? We'll play it. She's mad at me. She said, all right, never mind then. That's fine. What song? What song is it? And I'll play it. Are you talking about... Hold on. I think I know what you're talking about. Let's see. I think I know what you're talking about. What would I... Okay, hold on. I think I got the one. Give me a second. Give me a second. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I got it. I'm on the Discord. Thank you for joining us, JR. Thank you, thank you.
I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Did it die, yeah. Did it die. Did it die. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? Whatever you want, I'll be whatever you want. Just tell me you love me or not, whatever it costs. I know I'm talking a lot, there's something I gotta get off. Don't wanna be this no more, I don't wanna drink no more. Always gotta do the most, thinking that I'm insecure. Really should've listened more, but I don't, of course. I'm an asshole, I'm a good guy, I'm your best friend, I'm the worst type. Tell you everything that you heard right, just so I can fuck on the first night. Feel like I'm losing hope, running from coast to coast. I don't know where to go, this all I've ever known. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. No, did it die? Wait. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Won't die. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? My aunt think I'm perfect, I know I'm not. My mama be worried, I told her stop. They know I did drugs and think that I'm off. Little do they know I never could stop. My manager hate when I'm pulling up late. Back on my bullshit, she think it's a phase. I got relations I gotta maintain. I'm two different people, my side and my main. Yeah, I'm sober, I'm an addict, I'm a lowlife, I got habits, but I refuse to be average. Really so tired of acting, don't know what I miss no more. Too bad you don't hit me more. I'm bad when I get too bored. Careful what you wishing for. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. No, did it die? Wait. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die.